So since everyone's talking about the Petito case, here's just some interesting things that you could find with a simple, just a simple search of the people involved in this story. So basically, before I get into this, the Laundrie family is worth about $5 million, and that's just something to keep in mind because there's some weird stuff, but I'll get into it. But with a simple search, you can find that both of them have Instagram. So the last one for Brian here was August 13th. But with just a simple click, here's Petito's Instagram. And her last picture is the 25th. And of course, if you don't know the story thus far, they recovered her body, supposedly. Or maybe that's officially. So with this, you can already build a timeline on when or if Brian is responsible, allegedly, for her death, right? Because if her last Instagram post is the 25th, that leaves a timeline from the 25th till now of the suspicious things that happened. Of course, I'm saying allegedly because we don't know the whole story yet about Brian. But one thing I will say is a innocent person doesn't drive his Mustang to a wildlife preserve and then have his parents pick up his Mustang. So either he's still in that reserve, not far from Northport, Florida, I believe, or he flew there, or drove there, and either had a second car or had a helicopter or plane fly him out. Of course, this is just me spitballing, and because Brian is also missing. So it's safe to say that either he's in hiding, his parents are either allegedly, of course, assisting him or did assist him. So he's missing. They don't know where he's at. The only thing the story is, he drove for 3 or 4 days, something like that, back to Florida, and then stayed with his parents for a little while, and then drove his Mustang to some preserve, animal preserve somewhere not far from his home, where then his parents then picked up his Mustang, which is kind of a head scratcher, right? Because why would you drive somewhere and then have your parents pick up your car? So either, again, which I theorize that there was either a second car there, or a helicopter flew in, or a plane landed, or something, and he's either in the wind. That's just one theory out of many, and that's the theory I think I'm going with. And plus, like I said, that's where this Brian, the Laundrie family's net worth is $5 million. So I know that's not really, like, that's net worth, like, total value, but that leaves some money lying around for them to use to, like, let's say, for example, hypothetically, hire a pilot, a bush pilot, helicopter pilot, or even money to buy a second car to use to aid in his escape. So it's just, people are suspecting Brian because he's not acting usual, right? For the 3 weeks, he never came once on the news. He never called the police. He never, like, even came on the news and said, help me find my wife or whatever, right? And the parents didn't say, oh, help us find our son. So there's this case, why everyone's so intrigued and interested by it is because there's a lot of weird, mysterious things that are going on with this case. Something is suspicious. And if you look at Brian's Instagram here, something that kind of alarmed me, and of course this is just me being a cynical asshole, but if you scroll down here, he's an Adult Swim fan, and usually people who, I mean, look at this shit, usually people who are sorted with, well, Adult Swim, in my mind, are usually a kind of class of people. I'll not be a total dick here, but usually drug-minded people, whether it's hard drugs, LSD, pot, or whatever, are usually drug-leaning. So could the story be they went out there to the Tetons, had a bad trip, and then something happened? Could be. Or maybe there's just some reason why he allegedly maybe committed homicide. I don't know. But right now, currently, you can check out both their Instagram if you're curious. They're up currently, but they probably won't be here forever. So, yeah, and it's eerie that the last picture she took here and where the story ends for her, unfortunately, is August 25th. So, again, to wrap up this video, anytime from the 25th to now is the time where if Brian is involved in a homicide, that would be the time frame which the police would probably work from. And of course, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but the police already took items from the Laundrie home to assist in looking for Brian. So that doesn't necessarily mean he's missing, but they're probably like looking for him, because if it's my opinion, I think he's in the wind. I think he's either trying to escape or has escaped, and he just didn't tell his parents. Or his parents, I suspect, are involved in some way, because why have your son drive a Mustang out to some wildlife preserve? Then he calls you to pick up said Mustang, and he's not there, he's gone, right? So the family has already, shielded themselves behind a lawyer, which, I mean, that doesn't necessarily looking to defend yourself in a court of law. It doesn't really make you suspicious, but it is freaking suspicious when your son drives his Mustang out, he has you pick it up, and then he's not there, and then when the cops inquire about your son, you instantly lawyer up. So there's weird shit going on, and it just doesn't smell right. It doesn't smell right for Brian. Brian Laundrie, of course, allegedly, it just seems really fucking suspicious, and I think he's involved with something shady, something iffy. And that's my own two thoughts. That's my own discoveries that I wanted to share with you guys. And of course, this is big across the news, and hopefully Petito can find justice and find the piece of shit Brian, if he is responsible. Of course, I'm saying allegedly to cover my own ass. But yeah, it's just a very tragic story that has the interest of America. And I will end this video here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, just let me know what you think in the comments. And I don't really care if this gets views. This is just me giving my opinion. It would be kind of an asshole-ish move of me to try and capitalize on this unfortunate situation. So yeah, this is just me sharing my thoughts, and I will see you guys next time.